time to get out and play. AMSOIL delivers the ultimate protection for your vehicles and equipment. Fast, free shipping right to your door. Spend $100 and shipping is on us. Order now at AMSOIL.com.
Right, guys, get the Hyundai out here, and going to be doing some AMSOIL graphics and some other stuff going on here. We got the AvalonKing ceramic coating. Make sure you check that out. So pretty cool. Before I can ceramic coat it though, I got to get the decals on. Otherwise, the decals may not stick because the ceramic coating is so slick. So that's the first step, is getting her washed up. What I'm going to use here, I've just got some really crappy old degreaser, just some super cheap stuff. Mainly just rip off the wax and grease off the car, bring it all the way down to just paint, and then we're gonna do a clay bar on it, get it as clean as we can, do the decals, and then maybe even clean it in between there to make sure we get all the wax from the clay bar off, and then do the decals. Do some ceramic coating. Now, I haven't cleaned this thing. You kind of see some fingerprints there. Look how dirty this thing is. I mean, it's just flat covered in dirt. This is the perfect day to do it because it's kind of cloudy. You can actually see some of the nastiness. I have not cleaned this thing since we've got it done, and it's just covered in nastiness. So look at the hood there. So this will be the perfect thing. Take a car that looks like this. Like I said, I haven't cleaned it in months, waiting for this to happen. So thankful for AvalonKing sponsoring us, sponsoring the video. Use the code on the website, AvalonKing.com. Use code HiRevz25, and that'll get you $25 off. No matter what else they've got going on the website, you get 25 bucks off also. So pretty sweet. And use the AMSOIL stuff. Now the AMSOIL, I am an independent dealer for them. If you want to check out some AMSOIL products or any of the other stuff we got on HiRevz, HiRevzGarage.com will get you there, or HiRevzClothing.com. They'll both get you the same place. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. All right, guys, you can see here, this is the part that hasn't been cleaned. This is the part that has, and I know it'll be kind of hard to see, but these little tiny specks that are embedded into the paint, we're gonna try to get those out by clay barring it, because I could ceramic coat this and those would stay. So we want to try to clay bar it, get all this stuff out of it. All right, look how much better that looks. Clean, looks already really good. So let's dry it up and move it inside, clay bar it, and ceramic coat it. All right, car's inside, and paint already looks a lot better, a lot shinier. So, but anyways, I'm gonna try to do some clay bar. All right, guys, so this is what I'm using to clay bar it. It's a Garage Coupe quick detailer, and then just a soft microfiber rag. And we're gonna see if we can get out some of these little impurities. We can see, yeah, there you go. That's a pretty good bit right there. You can feel some of it you can't, but try to get some of that out. All right, so you can see I'm just gonna work it in here. Just kind of lift up on it just a little bit as I'm going by, and just rub it onto the paint. And then if you look at the other side, you can see this is all the crap that it's grabbing, sticking into the clay. It's pretty wild. Look at that, it's a big chunk of something right there. All right, guys, so got it all clay barred. I did the main bulk of everything. If it was really, really bad, I tried to hit it pretty good. Got it pretty clean. It is, I mean, it is a daily for me, but I rarely use it as a daily. I've been driving everything else but this thing. But I do need to get it coated, because then it will stay exactly the way it's at. But I want to get the graphics on first, so that is the next thing to do. All right, guys, just doing a little bit of mock-up here. Just kind of seeing where it lands. It's following that body line right there, which is kind of nice. It's got onto some masking tape, and then the other side got it kind of masked up as well, and I think that's going to work. There's a little bit of a compound curve as it kind of flows in and then flows back out over another body line that's right here, and it kind of angles down pretty drastically. So I'm hoping that it would lay down. So we'll see. All right, guys, that worked. Look at that. Actually laid down that body line pretty good. A couple little small bubbles in there, nothing too bad. But as you're moving a big logo out like this and slowly working it out, use a real soft microfiber and just slowly keep rubbing it down and smoothing it out. And what it'll do is it'll slowly stretch it the way that it needs to go in order to fit, and still retain my top line there with that body line, and that looks pretty killer. And then right here, I was able to get it to split real nice and go there. That looks awesome. All right, guys, here's a little sneak peek down the side. And here is the ceramic coating from AvalonKing. And you can see here it comes with just this bottle, and this is really all that you need for a smaller car like this, a coupe or whatever. If it gets bigger, you get a truck or something like that, then you might need more. Depending on how many coats you want to do, you might need more. Since this car is outside most of the time, I'm going to go ahead and do probably 2 coats on here. The Viper, I just did 1 coat on it, and that was fine because it stays inside. It really doesn't even see rain, it just helps me clean it. And this is the full instructions here. So how to apply it and all the good stuff. So what you're gonna do is wrap one of these around the foam pad, put a few drops on there, and just start working it back and forth and up and down. And then you go back and lightly buff that area off. You don't want to try to remove it, you just want to lay it down flat. And you can put it on anything. You can put this on the paint, the wheels, the glass, the rubber trim, headlights, tail lights, anything. I mean, you can put all over the whole car. And it works really, really good. So it will make the water just run right off, any mud, dirt, nothing really sticks to it. So it's a pretty amazing product. I've fallen in love with it, and I really thank AvalonKing for supplying us with this stuff. It's pretty awesome. We've given them 2 or 3 spots on the car here, just for all the help that they've given us. Mishimoto's been on there for a while for helping us out, so we thank all these companies for doing that. And then again, appreciate AMSOIL for allowing us to be a dealer. So that's awesome. So again, if you need any, check out the oils and filters and sprays and fluid additives they have, all the different stuff they've got. Go to HiRevzGarage.com and check that out. But yeah, the AvalonKing, remember, use HiRevz 25 on their website, and you get $25 off, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, check that out. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, guys, I've got a little bit on my rag, and I've already done this window, but it's the best place to be able to see what's going on here. So you can see this same thing happening on the paint in person, but it's really hard to catch on camera. But you can see how that panel is just like changed a little bit of color. It's gotten richer, and that's kind of what it does to the paint. And you do a little section at a time, make sure you've completely covered it. And then it's a little cool right now, so I'm probably gonna go about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll come back and lightly buff it off, and then work on another section at a time. Now, I'm working my way from that side, doing all the same panels. I've worked my way across the top, and now I've done this part. And what I'm doing now is just lightly buffing. I'm not putting hardly any pressure at all. I mean, I'm almost not putting any. I'm just literally just buffing over it. Just trying to wipe down the excess excess stuff here, and then just slowly smoothing it in. And you can feel how much smoother the paint gets as this starts to go on. It's truly amazing stuff. And one thing I have noticed that's been a little easier on this car, since it's kind of cooled off outside now, we're in the beginning of November, it's a little cooler. I mean, it's about, I don't know, 68 degrees in here, but it's about the perfect temp for this because I can do a much larger area, whereas in the past, doing the other cars I've done, like the Vet and then the Viper, they were done in the summer. So you could do a small area, especially if you were doing it by yourself, then you could do a small area and have to buff it off pretty quickly. But this seems to be staying a little wetter for a little longer, so I can do a bigger area and then come back and work on that area's spot and then move on. So, but look how much blacker it's made the trim, how much blacker all of this is. Like, it completely coats it instead of being that nasty gray kind of look, kind of like this. That's what it looked like before. This is after. And right here, this is before, this is after. It's pretty wild. All right, guys, now check out this back valence piece right here. Look at the difference between the coated part over here and the non-coated part. That's pretty amazing. And you can do the exhaust tips. Look how shiny they look now. Right, guys, don't forget you can get $25 off of ceramic coating, the Armor Shield 9 from AvalonKing, by putting HiRevz 25 in at checkout at AvalonKing.com.